Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the new upgraded Phil Foden card to review today. So, as you guys know, when I first reviewed this card, I thought that the only good thing about him was his off-the-ball movement. I didn't really think he offered too much in regards to dribbling. Shooting was pretty generic if you went for the near-post strikes and all that good stuff. But that was his first version. Because with Diaby, it was the same thing, right? Where the first version, I thought it was very generic, but when he got upgraded, he actually moved significantly better in the game, right? In regards to shooting, passing, off-the-ball movement, like he was just a better card. So I think Phil Foden could be in a similar boat in regards to that. So, yeah, we're going to try him out in game and see what's up. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're taking a look at someone that is 5'7", high-medium work rates, left-footed, 4-star skill moves, and a 4-star weak foot. In regards to traits, he does not have any traits. Always nice to have like the finesse shot trait. Mostly the finesse shot trait over the outside foot shot trait. If you have a 5-star weak foot, outside foot shot trait's not like too crazy, but it's just nice when you have a 4-star weak foot so that you can take specific shots. He has 96 acceleration, 90 sprint speed now, 97 attacking positioning with 92 finishing, 98 shot power. So all those three together, very nice. The chemistry style that my boy ended up putting on the card actually gives him a plus 10 for long shots, and we're going to check it out on Footbin whether or not it's the best chemistry style to give him. But for passing stats as well, vision, crossing, short passes, long passing curve looks good. You don't necessarily need to improve that with the engine chemistry style or anything crazy like that. The marksman will be boosting his reactions, ball control, and dribbling to make him as responsive as possible. Now, those dribbling stats that he has with the agility and balance at 99 should be interesting to check out with the 5'7" height that he has, right? In regards to his in-game physicals, he has 90 aggression, 95 with the marksman chemistry style. So that with the pace that he has could be helpful from time to time, but remember, he is a 5'7" player. So in regards to losing the ball, chasing after it, it'll be helpful. Don't know how helpful it is. He could be significantly better than what I'm thinking right now, right? So we're going to see, obviously. Plus 5 for strength of the marksman, but he does also have 99 stamina. So like I said, guys, when I used the card before, the only thing that I really liked about it was his off-the-ball movement. So with this card, it could be a combination of better off-the-ball movement, and he just actually offers me more in the team, because as you guys know, when the cards are upgraded from their base card stats, players always feel mostly similar to those base card stats. So I just want to take a look and see what people actually ended up giving this Phil Foden card, because he's upgraded, I think Footbin may have upgraded on their website. They did not. So you can see that his old stats over here, right, we have the stats over here from Phil Foden, so a 96-90 to a 93-87. So we're going to take a look at some important stuff here. So on this card right here, it's 93 positioning, 89 finishing. This is 97 positioning, 92 finishing, with a 98 shot power, 93 composure, which is good. Reactions is up by a +2. Dribbling is up by a +3. Stuff like that's going to be very, very important. Aggression is up to a +5 as well. So a couple things here and there in regards to him potentially being way, way, way better in game. So, yeah, the way that we're going to be lined up in game is going to look like this. I'll show you guys. 4-2-3-1 as we normally do. Phil Foden will be playing in the cam position. Although, with the stats being improved significantly, he could actually potentially be really good on the side. So, because he's a left-footed player, let's try him out in the right cam position first, with Eusebio in the middle, Neymar on the side, and we'll go from there. So cut passing lanes for Jordan Henderson and balance on this SEN. No, we'll have cut passing lanes for both of them. Why not? We're going to have balance on all the cams as well as the striker. We'll have him on balance too. I think stay central on Kenny Dalglish should be okay. I just want to see how Phil Foden plays there, because when you get your stats increased like this, I'm kind of hoping that he's going to make those middle runs, right? Like that's what I'm going for with a card like this. So let's get into a game, see how he plays. Hopefully he is a beast. So far, I'm kind of noticing just from that build-up right there that he was kind of like staying on the side a little bit too much. So it might not be a player that I would personally use in the side positions, because I don't like when players are super stagnant on the sides personally. So, I mean, he is a cam, so it does make sense that he'd be best utilized as an actual cam. So, but we're going to keep going. We're going to build up the play, because I don't know. If you guys ever see Neymar, Neymar is so consistent in the way that he moves on the sides. Because he's not stagnant at all. Like, even if he does run forward, he's running forward. You know what I'm saying? But he does it when it makes sense, which is great. Let's see what this card's dribbling is like. The dribbling on this card is way better than it was in the first version. I can tell you that much right now. Oh, Kane Dalglish with the finish right there. Great off the ball movement. He does those angled runs right there, you know? You go into the middle here. Makes her run straight right there. Okay, so Eusebio's now playing like the right attacking position. Do you go into the middle? He does. Okay, so I expect him to do that. He's playing through the middle right now. I'm going to do a rotation thing here with Eusebio at some point. Eusebio is actually the one that stays in the center area for the right attacking mid spot. That's exactly what I want them to do, right? Just in general. Like, Eusebio does it because he's the central cam. It's this situation right here where Phil Foden, I feel like, I just don't like his position. Like, you saw how, like, Eusebio was moving a certain way in that cam spot, or when he rotated to the cam position. Like, that's exactly how I want them to move. So I'm just going to take him off of the right cam position right away. It's not really going to be something that I'm going to enjoy there. But, you know, he definitely feels like a cam regardless. I just wanted to see if he would be good there. Just wanted to concede really quickly right there so we can switch Phil Foden into the middle cam position. Forgot to put some stamina on my players. That's why they're, like, depleting pretty quickly. But, yeah, the sides I'm not really a huge fan. Like, I think he could be playable there. I just think it's better to have, like, a left-footed player on the right side if they're either super agile and quick, like Kubo is a really good example of that, or if they had the finesse shot trait, because when they do those cut inside runs, if their off the ball movement is good, it's nice to be able to do that kind of stuff, right? Like Messi is good at doing that. Just any left-footed that's good to cut inside and stuff. I think Salah may have the finesse shot trait, which is always nice because he's always cutting inside constantly. But yeah, I want to see how Phil Foden plays in the middle now. Makes that sideways run right there. Yeah, he still has that base characteristic where he likes to run to the side like that, which is perfectly fine. You just kind of have to work off of it. You work off it to the point where he goes back into the middle. It's those angled runs you have to wait for, right? But he is a type of cam that is always pushing to the side, and you could clearly see it in that situation right there too. See those circle movements? That's what I liked about his card initially. It's those circle movements that make your play less predictable in the attacking areas. I don't know if any of you guys actually liked the first version of Phil Foden's card. Be sure to let me know. Like I said, I only like his off-the-ball movement. I don't know, dude. Like, this card, it's definitely fun to use. It's incredibly usable. His off-the-ball movement isn't bad either. Let's try a near-post strike right there, actually. Not bad. He just, like, for me personally, he just feels like a super usable version of himself. Like, doesn't feel like this amazing card. Like Diaby, when he got upgraded, he felt really, really nice. Like, I really enjoyed using that card. For some reason, his off-the-ball movement became better as well, which I actually liked a lot. I don't really feel like Phil Foden's gonna do that for me, you know what I'm saying? I even try to go for the quick dribbles right there. Height's always gonna be a problem with stuff like that for sure. Okay, yeah, I don't think Foden is going to be on that level like Diaby was, man. Diaby, when I used that card, I was like, this card is, like, significantly better. I think his off-the-ball movement is really nice, right? I want to try him out and stay on the edge of the box for the cross, because his movement right now with Dalglish as a striker is a little bit odd. This is the type of card, again, we have to review for more than one game. Middle spot. Nice. Dribble, ball roll, touch, finesse shot. Okay. The situations like that, like, I think I would like Foden's card more if he actually had the traits, because I feel like in a situation like that, it wouldn't be a narrow shot, it would be more to the side in that situation. I feel like that could be a nice trait for someone like him to have, you know? Oh, that movement. You see that right there? That's the saving grace of this card, man. It's the off-the-ball movement that this card has. That's what it is right there. I am liking him more on staying on the edge of the box, for sure. I am liking him more like that. I want to play one more game with him, but I don't think he's like a super special card. I just think it's an incredibly usable version of himself, if that makes any sense, right? And like I said, you know, if it was like a Portuguese dude, that I can use in that position. He feels like Phil Foden. It'd be really fun to use him. Against this guy, guys, we're going to take off, stay on the edge of the box, because Phil Foden is moving very strangely against this guy. What I'm noticing is that every time I pass the ball to a Zebu, Phil Foden makes that run to the side, but then doesn't really go back into the cam position instantly. I'm going to try him out on balance again, and then if he's still a little bit weird, I'm going to put him on free roam, because free roam might be the solution for him, to be fair. Yeah, I don't even know like why he has to do the emphasis. Well, he receives the ball a certain way, but it's just the height. It's easier for people to get the ball off him defensively, right? Nice little goal right there. This is a personal preference, right? But do you guys see how Phil Foden was positioned right there in particular? It's so weird because, I don't know, man. It's like a matter of, like, getting used to. Because that situation did allow me to score in the middle right there, doing the drag back. So you kind of have to play off of it a certain way. It's just that, the thing is that it doesn't follow that certain pattern that I like the cams to do. He's kind of like one of those players that likes to linger on the sides a little bit. Maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh on him. Because off-the-ball movement like that doesn't necessarily make him bad at all, right? It's more just like what I would prefer for someone like him to do, especially at a 95 rating, to be fair, right? But, yeah, I mean, he's fun and usable. I wouldn't necessarily see myself using this card in any other way, to be honest. His off-the-ball movement on this card is, it's interesting because... It's almost as if I liked it more on his lower rated. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of the opponents that I'm facing, the way that they have their team set up, or maybe I have to play one more game with them after this. Maybe the second game will be enough. I'm not sure. We have to see. Sometimes you just have to get used to the way that they want to move. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things too. Okay, since we have a second half, because I thought the game was finished, it's more than enough time to actually test out the card. I want to play him. No, I want to play him on free roam. I don't want to do any of these things right here. I just want to see how he's going to move, because he's so aggressive and agile in regards to going into space. It may not be the one that I want, though, but it could be something that I could adjust to. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna switch between free roam and balance with him. I just wanted to try a long shot from there. My only problem, guys, with using him on free roam, and I like the way that free roam works is that sometimes it either works in regards to how you want them to be positioned, and then sometimes it doesn't. It's just stuff you can kind of see right away, and this is obviously all down to personal opinion. It's just that the cam not being in the cam position and then utilizing empty space a certain way, it's what bothers me, right? Like, Draxler, the way that he goes into space is, like, perfect. Like, he always chooses the right runs. I just feel like sometimes Foden, like, I have to create the space with him from, like, certain skill moves and stuff to be able to do that. I don't know. Like, I personally feel like the card is just, like, an incredibly usable version of himself. I wouldn't necessarily say it's generic because his off-the-ball movement is fun, but... It doesn't feel special by any means, considering the fact that it is a 95 rated card. That's what I would say towards it. There we go. That worked out nicely. You kind of have to work those angles a little bit. That off the ball movement, it's okay, right? It's yeah, it's okay. It's not bad, because if you get the angle there and he does push his goalkeeper, the heel-to-heel is obviously going to work out really nicely right there. Would I have preferred for him to kind of move off to the left side instead of the right side? Yes, but you could still make those situations work. It's kind of like that situation where I passed it off to Kenny Dalglish and he just put it in for the tap-in, right? It's a situation you kind of have to make for yourself. Guys, this doesn't make the card bad. I'm just talking about it from what I would prefer my cams to do, especially at a 95 rating. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could put a rare gold Neymar there, and it'll still feel better than this Foden card. Like, just in regards to that. But obviously, for a card that's... He was, what, 120k at the time? It's pretty cheap for, like, what you're getting, right? Like, he performs really well for the price value. All right, guys. So final verdict on the upgraded version of Phil Foden's card. I think for 120, 130k at the time for an upgraded version of this card, it's a cool concept. I just don't think he's like that crazy, to be honest. Like when I used the upgraded Diaby card, I thought that card was completely different to his first version. Phil Foden, I feel like feels very similar to his first version. His dribbling has definitely been improved. I can feel a little bit of a difference there for sure. Off the ball movement was strange. I don't know if I can explain this. Because it doesn't necessarily make him bad, okay? Just I have to say that because it's very important to say these types of things. It doesn't necessarily make him bad. But I felt like I enjoyed the way he moved on the card before this one than he did on this one. I feel like on the card before this one, balance was perfectly fine for him. I like the way that he was moving across the pitch. This one, I found him going into space differently. And this is completely down to personal preference because he doesn't do... He's not stagnant, okay? Because if he's stagnant, then the card's trash, right? He's not stagnant. This is completely down to personal preference, right? I preferred the way the first version moved, which is very odd, right? I don't think this card is that special, to be honest. I was trying different things with him, trying him on the side. He kind of like stuck to the side. When he cut inside, he didn't really do it in a certain way where it's like, let me get in the angle on my left foot, stuff like that. I feel like for me personally, when it comes to a card like this, it is just a incredibly usable version of his card, if that makes any sense, right? Like that's what I feel like towards Foden's card. I definitely did not feel this way in regards to Diaby. When that card got upgraded, I loved it. I thought he was moving across the pitch like an absolute mad lad, right? I'm not going to say this card got worse. I'm not going to say that because you can't do that for off-the-ball movement for a player that's always moving. You could do that totally if the card was completely stagnant, but he's not stagnant. So it's completely down to personal preference. Try him out with different strikers and left and right attacking mids, because if you guys see the team that I'm using over here, we're using Kenny Dalglish, Eusebio, and Neymar. I do personally feel like if he is playing with Eusebio and Neymar, I feel like it could be a little bit better. Maybe they affected it a little bit, but these two are, Neymar and Eusebio, are fantastic players in this game in regards to pretty much everything, right? It's not even a comparison between Phil Foden and these guys. It's just that like I felt like he didn't really do it for me, like if you put a Zebu's baby card in the cam position, like exactly what I'm talking about. Like the guy just moves really nicely. A rare gold to Neymar will do the same thing for you. Honestly, a Ryan Kent, a road to the final card will move better than this Foden card for me. Obviously, Ryan Kent is one of the most overpowered players of all time in FIFA, but you know what I mean. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.